I'm Dr. Afshan K Siddiqui, and I'm a consulting dermatologist, cosmetologist, and a laser expert. Today, I'm here to discuss weight loss problems, which is a biggest problem in all males and females both, especially in our Asian societies. It is there in the Western society as well, but I mean, for us, it's a very important thing. Normally, you are born with your gene. Okay? You have a gene. I mean, there's somebody like me who would eat half a roti and it will go in and it looks like that you've eaten two or three rotis. But on the other hand, there'll be another person who would who will have two rotis, and for her that would be a different thing. I mean, it would look like that she's never eaten since in morning. And this used to happen. I was born like a fat child. I was always fat. I was born like that. Okay. So, and I had a friend, and I was, obviously, when I grew up, when I was 4, people would think I'm 8. When I was 8, people would think I'm 12. So, something like this would happen. So, and my dearest friend, Sheila, who was with me all the time, she was the skinniest person in class. And she would come to school and she would have had a paratha and an anda and a kebab and plus a glass of milk. And here I would go without eating anything. With in my lunchbox there would be sticks of cucumber, carrots, or watermelon, or some fruit, or vegetables according to the weather. And on the other hand, she would be carrying a kebab sandwich, 2 toast and a sandwich. So I would just ask her, okay, last bite is my bite. And and we would just joke around that it looks like that what you have eaten, I've been eating that, and what I have not been eating, you are not doing it. So anyhow, so you are born with your gene, and so a person who's born with that gene has to be very careful. You have to be very careful, and the best thing that you can do is your portions. And the portions, you have to start portioning your food since childhood, because once your stomach gets into a habit of eating so much food, it's very difficult to control it. I mean, I've seen people done it, I've done it, but it gets very difficult. So anyhow, I was like this, and then when I was in class 8, and everybody, my aunts, my uncles, my even and then what they would all be saying, why are you so fat? Why do you eat so much? And I started, hiding myself from them, and I would be eating something, behind their backs. And at that time, and this is early 70s, when new machines came, when this juicer came. I mean, the juicer nowadays is a very common thing, but that time the juicer was one thing it came. And my father had gone to Landi Kotal, Peshawar to get that juicer. So when he brought that juicer back and he said, look, Shan, this is for you and me only. And, let the other brothers and sisters, let them eat whatever they're all eating junk food. And this is for me. We're going to juice this and we're going to do this and we'll have this and we'll have that. So, my parents would make things very good for me, very encouraging for me, very colorful for me. But the problem is your portions and what you are eating. That is also very important. So, and then when I was in grade 8, I said, okay, here it is. I'll stop. I'm going to reduce my weight. And then I said, okay, I can't do without rice in my day. So one of my aunts, she suggested, okay, you take a cup of boiled rice, put it in the center of your plate, and put some dal without oil and anything, and put some salad and veggies, and have a piece of meat, and then start having that. So I started with that, and it really helped. And then I got motivated, and at that time in 70s, early 70s, there were very few gyms as such as you call them. So I mean, I would be cycling, but at that time we were very lucky that we had roads to cycle. So I would be cycling like for an hour outside or be walking outside. And nowadays, people can't walk outside. There's no walking space outside. So anyhow, so I was walking and I was cycling and I was exercising. And even I used to do taki to my room, because that is a very good exercise to control your abdomen. So what I would do is I used to keep a taki and I would do the pocha in my whole room. So that was very, And yes, I reduced weight drastically. And I was a student in Pindi Convent, and we had this a very nice teacher, Miss Mubaraka. She was our English teacher, and she started. She says, "Oh, look at Afshan, what she has done." And there were so many other girls, even junior to me, and they would say, and she would tell them, "Look, if Afshan can do it, why can't you do it? You have to reduce weight." She did it. Just ask her what she did, and you all have to do it. So I became a very something in the school that what my achievements were. But here, when I started that, slowly. I mean, I started with that one portion. Then then I reduced that portion, and then I reduced it a little too much. And what happened was, because I was born in England, so I was not given a BCG injection, tuberculosis injection over there. And then at that time, I got tuberculosis because I was exposed to tuberculosis in Pakistan. So I got tuberculosis. And my hemoglobin went to 7. And I got married after FSC, my 18, when I was 18. And when I got married, and so my very good gynecologist, who was my father's best friend, she said, "Dare you get pregnant? You will get pregnant and come back with 7 hemoglobin, and we have just finished your anti-tubercular treatment. I don't want to deliver you. So you better take care of that." So, you play on your health. So that is also not appropriate. So one should diet. There's no doubt about that. One should diet. But the dieting, it's not the dieting that one wants to do. You want to control your portions. And you want to control your portions in a very good manner. And your plate should be, you should have divided into 3. You should have a portion of carbs, a portion of veggies, and a portion of meat. I mean, this is how you should develop your plate. Okay? So you can have anything. You can have a pizza in it, but you can have a very thin base pizza, and and then the other option is that you can have a very flat bread. You can make it with oats, and you can make some oats and gram flour, and oat flour and gram flour, and make a very thin roti out of it. Put that on the base, and then you can have some veggies on it. You can have some cheese and some protein on it. So you can have a pizza. You can have everything, but it has to be in a manner that it's a controlled portion. And and that really helps you. I mean, here, this is Dr. Howard Murad. He's a dermatologist and a cosmetologist. He brings a cosmetic brand to Pakistan, in the world. He's a very well-known dermatologist all over the world. And he's got very great products for acne and for pigmentation and everything. And he says nutrition is very important. 80% is your healthy zone. So this is the healthy zone. And 20% is this zone, which is the comfort food. So you just need to have 20% of this in your diet, and 80% should be this one. And this again is divided. The majority of the portion should be what? Your fruits and vegetables. So you can have fruits and vegetables. You can have raw fruits. You can have raw vegetables. You can have sauteed vegetables. But 4 to 5 portions in a day should be your fruits and vegetables. That is very important. And then the next is your carbs. So again, one need carbs, but you should all have healthy carbs. Now, what are healthy carbs? You can have whole wheat carb. You can have a whole wheat carb, and with that, this means that you can have brown bread, whole wheat roti, brown rice, and brown pasta, and everything. Then you should have some proteins in your diet. So proteins are again very important because that's the building block of your muscles. So you should have proteins. So you should have 2 to 3 portions of proteins in your diet, but it should be healthy proteins. Okay? Now, what I mean by healthy protein is, because the chicken now has become the main protein of our diet. But the chicken that we are getting, the broiler chicken, is no good. In fact, it's very bad, because there are a lot of girls coming to me. They have having hormonal problems because these chickens are being fed with hormones and so many other things. So one should go for organic chicken ideally, or or you should find a source where nowadays they're selling it, that they're selling this boiler chicken, but they are fed in a different way. So chicken, and then mutton, beef, fish, everything is important. But the portion is 3 portions, not more than 3 portions a day. And then we need some oils. Definitely we need some oils. And the best oils that we can get are from our nuts. So it's always very healthy to have few nuts in your diet. You can have almonds, 7 almonds, 3 to 4 walnuts, 3 to 4 raisins, some pistachios. They really make a very healthy diet. Some figs, dried apricots. So they really make a very healthy diet. And you can put them in your porridge and have it for breakfast. So that gives you, if you have that in porridge, in oats porridge, you put all these nuts, you'll see that you'll have a very smooth day. Because if you have this in the morning, it slowly releases in the body, and your satiety, the level of satiety is very good. And you can put some chia seeds on it, some other seeds on it, so it gives you a very healthy diet. And then you can have some multivitamins, because it's very necessary. I mean, it's my experience, because when I was dieting, I didn't take any multivitamins, and I really reduced my diet to very low. And that what it did was that my hemoglobin dropped. So it's always better to get your blood checks done and get your nutrients done accordingly. So diet also plays obviously diet plays a very important role. Plus, the other thing that you can do is exercise. Exercise is very important. I mean, now as we have this phone, it tells you, you have to do 6,000 to 7,000 steps every day. So that is very important. You have to do those steps. And you can go into a gym and do it. You can walk. It is according to the weather. You can have a trainer and do it. So you have to dedicate like ideally between 1 and 1.5 hours a day to your exercise. That is also very important part of your day. And I tell you, if you exercise, when you exercise physically, it really helps you in your mental thing. When you exercise, your mental things, whatever is going on in your mind and all that, that just comes out, and you come out with a very fresh mind. So physical activity really helps with mental stability also. And you can do yoga. Yoga is also very good. You can, friends of a group of friends can do it together, or whatever. So that is also a group of friends can walk together. That also, if you don't distract yourself from the walking. Even when I'm swimming, I just swim. So I see a lot of people who go in a group and they are swimming and they do one length and then they are standing at the end and they're chatting. So not when you're swimming, you're swimming. So you do your lengths. So if you're walking, you're walking. You're not talking. You can talk, but you're walking at your pace. So these things are very important in your lifetime. And, according to Harvard Murad, he says, look, skincare, healthcare is skincare. So whatever age you are, if you're 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever age you are, uh, if you take care of your health, if you eat properly, if you exercise properly, if your mental awareness is good, you're good to everybody, your skin also glows and your skin looks better. The other thing that I must mention that, as I told you earlier, it's your gene. You are fat, you're fat. Okay? Obviously, you're going to control your portions, you're going to eat less, you're going to exercise. But maybe you won't get that result what the other person would get who has a gene who can lose very easily. Right? So that you have to accept certain facts in your life. Okay? The best thing is that you have to accept, but you have to see that, look, okay, whatever I am, I look good. Okay? You need to look healthy, you need to be healthy. Being healthy is the most important thing. So you have to be healthy in your body. So being healthy is more important than reducing yourself to like what I did. The example that I did, that my hemoglobin went to 7. It shouldn't have gone to 7. I should have checked that. But as a young person, you don't see these things. But now you have to check out. Look, where's my thing going? Okay? So, and then at a certain age, at a certain time, you have to stop it. And you have to have a certain amount of diet, and you have to accept it. Look, I'll be like this. I am what I am. I am like this. And you should be mentally, satisfied with your body, with your skin, with your everything. So you have to you have to feel good as well. And when you feel good, you look good as well. And then, as a teenager, you have problems of acne. Okay. So acne is very treatable. We can always treat that. We have some marks left. We can treat that as well. We've got some very nice products, Murat skin care products. I've been using it since '96 in my clinic. So they're very good. We can treat that. If you're dark, then the person is, if you feel, your complexion is dark, you don't accept that. People are not accepting that. That is again wrong. And when you lose weight, obviously there's something comes on your skin as well. It becomes dark, because when it becomes dry, it becomes more dark. So you have to see what suits you. Then you have to stop at certain point, and then you have to see what I can do. And nowadays we've got everything. We have got all treatments, good healthy treatments. In the market, there are few very bad treatments, which really takes a toll on your body. So we want you to go for good treatments, and we want you to accept for what you are, and your self-esteem and your own belief in yourself is the most important thing in your life. Because what you believe in yourself, that is the most important thing. Then this is where you're going to hit a target, and where you'll be satisfied within yourself. Now, I'll tell my other journey as well. Okay, then when I got married, I had children, because my hemoglobin had gone to 7. So, I started eating. So when I started eating, I again gained weight. So I went up to 110 kgs. I had 3 children. So it was all acceptable, because you're pregnant, you're eating, anyhow. And then you don't have time. Then I was doing my medicine. I was taking care of 2 children. Then I went for my post-graduation. So it's all there. And then finally, when I was 45, 46 something, I was 110 kgs, and my blood pressure, I had started taking blood pressure tablets, and my blood glucose level was on the threshold. And now then I realized that now again I have to do something about my weight, because this weight is not going to take me anywhere. And then my knees were hurting, because I'm carrying so much weight. So here again, then I needed another intervention. I tried few diets, it didn't work, because at that time, when you're in 40s, late 40s, middle 40s, your metabolism is very low. So genetically you have a problem, and plus your metabolism goes to 0. So you're not losing weight, and you just need to starve yourself, and you can't do that at that age. You can't starve yourself. So then I went for a procedure at that age. The second time that I lost weight, I went for a procedure, and that procedure is very called sleeve, where they go in laparoscopically and they cut a part of your stomach and they clip it, and then your stomach becomes less, so your body demands become less, and then they put you on you're on a liquid diet for 15 days, and then you take some multivitamins, and then you're on a very small portions of diet, and then you lose weight. So again I lost weight, and I came to not my ideal, because at the time I got the sleeve procedure done, I was well into late 40s. So not to my ideal level, but still, I managed that. I stopped taking my blood pressure tablets. I stopped my sugar level went down. So everything, all my blood parameters went normal. So that was another achievement that I had to do. So you just have to see and do whatever is needed at that time and that age. That is all very important.